another unique opportunity that operators have inside of the cab of a 3D Trimble machine is that they can actually set a depth and slope from where they are currently at on a job site, as long as they're getting 3D correction from a base station or VRS. So in this type of situation, let's say I wanted to set my blade down right here and I wanted going this direction, I wanted to go a 1% going down. I'll have the ability to do that by clicking and holding this job setup icon here. From here, changing from mode, from design to depth and slope. If I change that to here and click apply, now that I will have the ability to do, it'll say right here, anything in orange is usually telling the operator something's wrong or you need to do something. So it says bench heading required, and luckily, as the operator, it kind of signals to me which button that is. So if I'm good, heading is which direction my machine is going. So if I'm going as far as the way my machine is oriented right now, I can go ahead and hit this bench heading button. If I want to rotate my machine 90 degrees to my left and go start working that direction and do the 1% going downward, that's where I would have to rotate my machine first and then hit this bench heading button. But for now, I'm content with where my machine is currently oriented. So I'm going to tap this bench heading button. Then from here, it's going to prompt me to do one more thing. Bench elevation. So like I said, if I'm good with where my blade's at right now, or if I want to drop it down a little bit, I'll do that. Hit my bench, and then you'll notice that my cut fills will be a 0 based on that right blade tip, which I just lowered to that elevation. This is going to be a little bit low on the cut fill just because my blade and machine are slightly tilted. So now, like I just said, I want to do a 1% going this direction. I have two options on the top. I have level with the blade going left to right, and then I have what looks like a side profile view of the blade. If I'm trying to do a 1% going that direction, what I'm going to have to do is actually do this one right here where it says level from the side profile, and then it'll give you a nice graphic as far as what we'll be seeing. So right in here, I can put in that 1, I hit the green check mark. Right now it's in degrees, but you'll notice that on this left side here it has the arrow going up, which means that's a positive 1 degree. I'm gonna hit that negative, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna be cutting down at that 1 degree angle. If I click apply here, I have that 1 degree. Now let's say the operator says, hey, I don't want a 1 degree, I want a 1%, like I kind of initially said. We have the ability to change that. So if I come into this menu here, excuse me, top right, and scroll down, what you'll notice is that there's a couple options here for units and increments. Increments is how you can bump up and bump down those offsets like we kind of talked about earlier. Units is where we change it from degrees to percent. So if I come into this menu right here, I'll have cross slope and mainfall. Mainfall is what we're doing right now. That's obviously the direction of the machine trying to go forward, that 1 degree or 1%. So if I change this from degrees to percent, now when I click apply, it'll change that and automatically switch that over to 1.7% going downward. So that's how we set a percent going this direction. Now let's say I want my blade to, while I'm cutting down that 1% going down, I want it 2% going to my right. Click and hold level right here. Change this cross slope to 2% and hit the green check mark. You'll notice here is that the arrow's pointing up. That's not the direction I want to go. I want the 2% going down to my right. So hit that plus minus. That switches it over for us, and hit apply. So now, based on what I have right now, going off into infinity, as long as my machine's going this direction, I'll have a 1.7% cut going forward and a 2% going to my right. If I want to make sure that this is 1%, I can always come right back up in here and change that. It's negative 1.7, so I'll do negative 1% like we initially thought. Hit the green check mark and apply. From here, now I know I've hit what I've wanted it to do, and I've completed depth and slope.